Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think it's actually a good sign that as this new term celebrates its 100th year and a new 100th day, sometimes it might look like and feel like 100 years, but as we are here for 100 days and our new mayor, that we're actually approving a budget, because I think what this budget does is actually set the tone, I'm hoping, sets the tone for what this new term will be doing to our city. We brought the quorum back to this chamber and the way that we deal with issues here in this, at City Hall. I think that we need to congratulate the budget chief, the budget committee, all the members of the committee. They did an amazing work in bringing people to City Hall and being part of this process, taking the budget out of City Hall into different areas of the city, and working hard to make sure that in 50 days they would bring something to this council that I think in 2 days is going to be approved. And I think that's commendable. I think that we also need to thank our staff for the work that they've done, because as we were out there getting elected, they were doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So I think that is important to thank them. But like I was saying, I think that what this budget does is sets the tone, because it's a tone of investment. What we're doing here is we're saying to Torontonians, this term, this administration will be investing in our city, investing in transit, investing in housing, and reducing the opportunity gap. That's what we're doing in here. And we're doing it in a prudent, responsible, and thoughtful way. That's what we're doing in here. While it's very easy to go out there and to claim that you're going to do everything for TCHC tenants, but when items come to this chamber, you vote against those things, that is the easy way out. The way that you do and that you show results, it is through the process. When budget comes around, you put the money into CHC, you put the money in the shelter beds that we're putting here, you put the money in the transit like we're doing here to have these routes. And that's what we're doing today. We know that in order to continue this process, to continue this investment, we need to pay for it. But it's like we do it in our own house, right? When we need a new roof, do we feel like we're paying more for the house? Or do we feel that we're investing in our asset? That we might be even saving costs in our hydro and in healthcare? I think that's what people see us doing in here. We're not wasting money by putting a new roof. We're investing in our people. We're investing in our citizens. Is it going to be a difficult conversation? Absolutely. But I'm happy to see that we're willing to have it. That we're not going to say we don't need the revenues. That we're not going to say we're not going to have this conversation, and that we are looking for different ways, from expenses, for new ways of doing things, from new revenue tools. But the same way that we need to look at everything, we do not and cannot restrain ourselves from looking at everything. So the same way that we need to look for savings, we need to have on the table and the conversation with Torontonians, there might be different revenue tools out there we need to put at the table. We can't restrain this conversation. We have to have an open conversation and different conversation in Torontonian. I'm glad that we're ready to do that. I'm certainly ready. I'm ready to continue to bring the voice of the residents of Ward 18 into this process. And I'm looking forward to start, as the budget chief and our mayor has said, tomorrow to have this conversation to ensure that for the next 3 years we continue to invest and address the challenges of our city and our citizens. Thank you.
Thank you.